Hello children, in this video I am going to discuss the chapter A House is Not a Home from your book Moments, which is written by Zan Gaudiaso. This story reflects the challenges of being a teenager and the problems of growing up. Let us see that what the author wants to tell us. One Sunday afternoon, while the narrator was sitting and doing his homework at the dining table, he smelled something strange and noticed smoke pouring in through the seams of the ceiling of his house, and it began filling the room at great speed, and everything was engulfed in smoke, barring normal vision. He and his family got out onto the front yard. His mother ran out with a small box that was full of important documents. She ran back again, probably to rescue the pictures of her dead husband. As for the author, he ran to the neighbor's house to request them to call for the fire department. The narrator, when saw his house turned into ashes, burst into tears. When he realized that his cat was nowhere to be seen, he got worried. The loneliness he experienced in his new school, the unfortunate fire, the sorrow of seeing his house being brought down to ashes, the uncertainty of his future and his missing cat was too much for a teenager to bear. He burst into tears as he could not see his emotions controlled by him. Further in the story, the narrator and his mother had moved to their grandparents' house after the tragedy would not allow him to stay at home. So he went to school wearing clothes in which he looked weird. He felt embarrassed because of this, and also because he did not have a bag or books to work with. He expresses his insecurity by saying, "Was I destined to be an outcast and a geek all my life? I just wanted to curl up and die." All the security he had known had been ripped away from him. Further, the narrator would go and visit every day his house, which was turned into rubble, and the rubble was being cleared in the hope that he would find his vulnerable little kitten sometime, someday. One day, as he was sat with his friends on the curb, he noticed a lady coming up with a kitten in her hand. The author leapt up and grabbed her off the lady's arms and hugged her. The little one had run off because of the fire. The lady inquired who the cat belonged to and returned her to the rightful owner. This way, the narrator got his dear little pet cat back. On the other hand, the narrator had gone to the school with a lot of bitterness and hesitation. One day, he, however, in for a great surprise when all his schoolmates had donated school supplies for him, like notebooks, different kinds of clothes. When they got to know about the tragedy which had taken place in the life of the narrator, he was overwhelmed, and it felt like Christmas to him. He would not be wrong to say that the fire had ironically brought a positive change in the child. He developed a better understanding of life and people. He gathered friends, new friends, and began living life to its fullest. The actions of his schoolmates created a very significant change in him. As the narrator sat with his friends and the cat curled up in his lap, all the overwhelming feelings of loss and tragedy seemed to diminish. He felt grateful for his life, his new-found friends, and the kindness of the lady who rescued his cat, and the purr of his beloved four-legged friend, his cat. It means that he had secured and recovered his original identity once again. He was once again the junior school boy who loved life. He had not gone anywhere physically, but mentally had got lost in a lonely world with depression as his only companion. With the arrival of his cat, now he feels that he has also come back to begin himself in every sense. And in this way, my dear children, he revived his life. He started it again with a thankful heart and with a very joyful soul. Thank you. God bless you.